And one of the things that always comes up is that there's so much happening in the environment and so much happening in the industry and other industries that my current job just doesn't allow. And I'm thinking of changing. And one of the reasons they often quote is that
Hello, my name is Manya Bharaj. I've done my graduation in business economics from Delhi University. Currently, I'm pursuing postgraduate program in management at SPJIMR. Professionally, I have worked in research domain and I've been supporting the consulting vertical at my previous organization.
I have over 6 years and 8 months of experience in advertising and digital industry. I started off in 2016 with a digital advertising firm called Sync Media. I joined there as a pre-sales consultant and soon joined up the ladder to become the area sales manager for North region. Post that, I wanted to further hone my skills in the e-commerce industry and I joined Under Armour as the key account manager for e-commerce. Currently, I am pursuing PGPM in marketing from SPJIMR. So the thing is that because you have a certain set of experience of exposure to the industry and you do not want to be cut out from the industry for that long. So PGPM program helps you what a 2-year program gives you in the 18 months that is quite rigorous and helps you get into industry faster. So it basically, the ROI of a PGPM program makes much more sense for a working individual like myself because I can't not be working for 2 years.
I have a diverse experience in both corporate roles and entrepreneurship, spanning over 3.5 years. My last role was as a sales manager at Bright Champs, a Singapore-based edtech company.
From my beginnings as a DJ, musician and a sound engineer, and then venturing into the world of spirituality and wellness, and then again coming back to the corporate world of business management and marketing. These varied experiences has definitely contributed in my personal as well as in my professional growth and life journey. But at the same time, I felt something was truly missing. A structured approach towards business principles and an approach towards strategic management and critical thinking. And at the same time, even though these varied experiences were leading me to the leadership qualities, but I still felt those qualities could be enhanced. And I felt doing an MBA from SPJIMR would be the right step to approach in my career as well as in my personal life.
now I think these many career tracks are very predominant. And I actually find nothing wrong with it. I think that's the best thing. It's good. It helps you upskill yourself and become very current. Some of my students who have graduated over the years, they keep in touch, and when they, need to just talk to somebody who's very objective, they do give calls. And one of the things that always comes up is that, there's so much happening in the environment and so much happening in the industry and other industries that, my current job just doesn't allow.
So in India, when we talk about MBA or PGDM programs, they are essentially of two types. One is 2 years duration and another is less than 2 years duration, which comes out to be largely 1 year on campus plus some dissertation and projects in industry and so on and so forth, right? So when we talk about the distinction between these two programs, 2-year PGDM program is geared at primarily people with less than 3 years kind of experience. So generally the acceptability of less than 3 years experience is there for 2-year program. Whereas when we talk about lesser duration program, 1-year program like PGPM, so what happens in these programs is these programs are customized to the needs of experienced individuals, right?
PGPM of SPJIMR is a program for students or applicants with work experience. And what they bring to the table is a very rich experience. So you look at a classroom of a PGPM batch, you find the varied and very exciting backgrounds they come from. And I say exciting because you have somebody from e-commerce background talking to somebody who has a manufacturing background, to somebody who's been in supply chain, talking to somebody who's been handling consumers right at the street level. So this whole thing is very enriching. So when you come to look at the profile of a typical PGPM student, we find that they have very varied backgrounds. They are extremely mature because they have seen some work experience, and they have found that dealing with cross-functional teams is very important. And to deal with cross-functional teams, you need to have different skills.
When we talk about aspirations of these individuals, they are very, very different from the aspirations of the lesser experienced kind of people, right? Now, what we give in PGPM to these individuals is, we give them a choice to craft their own career path through our core courses, our specializations, and our concentrations, right? So each individual goes through one specialization and two concentrations, and concentrations are there into very, very cutting edge kind of areas which are required in the industry, right? And when we talk about subjects in those concentrations, they are such that they cover all the topics which are in line with the current skill set required in the industry, right? So we are making our participants future ready by providing them a pathway to craft their own journey, because they know what they want.
So the way PGPM at SPJIMR is designed is definitely not at all compressing a 2-year program. I think that's a very wrong way to look at it. It seems to say that the traditional 2-year MBA is actually the actual MBA, and then you just kind of compress it and make one. What we really do is we go and talk to the industry. We find out what is it that they want, the organizations want, the managers, the functional managers want, the general managers want in terms of skills, and they want to hire people who are job ready. So whether it is digital transformation that companies are looking for, they are looking for big data and analytics, they are looking for how do you manage multiple channels of sales and distribution, if they are looking for people who are very conscious about sustainability, we come back, we plow it back, and then that's how we design our curriculum. So the design is definitely not compressing a 2-year MBA. The design is ground zero, building up what a lateral hiring manager would require in terms of a PGPM graduate.
Well, the experiential learning at SPJIMR truly believes on the hands-on application of the business principles and leadership qualities. This has been achieved through the immersive classroom sessions, wherein open discussions, debates are happening between the classroom participants as well as with the teachers and the teaching assistants. At the same time, live business case studies through different global business simulations, and at the same time doing case studies and projects based on live business scenarios has been helpful for us to go through an experiential learning curve in an MBA program at SPJIMR.
So basically, you don't network only with people from your program. You also get a chance to network with people from other programs as well, like PGDM, FMB, GMP, and also PhD students as well. And secondly, the kind of courses that are designed are very real world updated, that will help you in setting up your business, as well as it aligns with what corporates are seeking while hiring the right candidate. And thirdly, the curriculum is designed in such a way, that not only focus in making you a profit-centric manager, due to its inclination on making you more societally sensitive individual, to the project initiative like Abudaya and DOCC, making you more aware of the real life problems that will ultimately help you take right decision, keeping all the stakeholders in mind.
So the MBA is structured around understanding one's strengths and leveraging them. One really interesting activity for me was PG Labs. So what happened actually there was that you were put in a completely different environment with a set of strangers, and you had to come up with new solutions in the time pressure that was given. So I think this is a simulation of the real world corporate lives, where you have to deal with different kinds of people. So I believe having worked in the industry for so long, I also know that more and more it is becoming important to understand how to manage people rather than anything else. So I think that is something that B School really teaches you.
Restart Initiative is one of the initiatives taken up by the institution, and it is a part of PGPM program, wherein women who have left their jobs due to family responsibilities are encouraged to come back to the workforce, where they can add in value. And I think this particular aspect of our institution, SPJIMR, reflects its value towards diversity and inclusion.
So what we do is that we have special drive for these women, right, who wants to join the workforce again. We have special initiatives for women in the program itself, where we support them on different things which are required by this specific section of society. And when we talk about placements, right, we have successfully placed these people in past, right? So we are able to make a little contribution, right, by bringing back good people who were stars at some point in time, right, back to the workforce so that they can become another star at another point in time.
After, let's say, 10 years of me having so many careers, the collective whole becomes very, very holistic. I get so many different angles, I get so many different skill sets, and I think then the trajectory to senior management becomes easier. And I found that in many of my students, I found that in many of the other people I know in the industry, that I think that's good. I think it's going to happen. That's what we'll have to live with. That's what we have to train our students with. And that's the mindset changes that educational institutions will also have to make, and they are making. The last thing that I would like to say is, I think for an applicant who takes up PGPM, they are courageous. And I'll tell you why they are courageous. They're courageous because they are doing well. They started their career. Some of them are in their mid-careers. It takes gumption to actually resign from your job, pay the fees, invest in yourself, not just for short term, but for long term. And that's why I say that it is not easy. And many of them are married, they have families, they're supporting, and their spouses are supporting them while they are studying over here. So I think courage is another one which I find in PGPM students, which is absolutely in line with the SPJIMR ethos of courage and heart.